done? What came over me? Who am I? It was wonderful. I loved every minute of it, but
She made us laugh until our sides hurt. She made us cry until our hearts broke. For over 5 decades, Sally Field poured her soul into every role, giving Hollywood everything she had. From the sunny innocence of Gidget to the fierce determination of Norma Ray, from the tender moments in Forrest Gump to the raw emotion of Steel Magnolias, she became the heartbeat of American cinema. But behind those unforgettable performances lies a story that will break your heart and inspire your soul. This is the untold journey of a woman who survived the unthinkable, conquered Hollywood's biggest stages, and faced her deepest fears with courage that took our breath away. Today, as whispers circulate about her health and her increasingly rare public appearances, fans around the world are asking the same heartbreaking question: is Sally Field saying goodbye? Her story begins not with glitz and glamour, but with pain that no child should ever endure. Born on November 6, 1946, in Pasadena, California, Sally appeared to have the perfect Hollywood beginning. Her mother, Margaret, was an actress, her father, Richard, a respected pharmacist. But when her parents divorced in 1950 and her mother married actor and stuntman Jock Mahoney in 1952, little Sally's world turned into a nightmare that would haunt her for the rest of her life. In her 2018 memoir, In Pieces, Sally courageously revealed the painful truth about her stepfather's abuse. She described how Mahoney would call her into his room under the pretense of having her walk on his back, only to touch her inappropriately while she tried to stay out of reach. The confusion and trauma of these experiences, which lasted until she was 14, left deep emotional scars that would influence her relationships and self-perception throughout her life. From the ashes of that childhood trauma rose something extraordinary, a fierce determination to survive, to succeed, to transform pain into power. Sally discovered acting not just as a career, but as salvation. Television became her escape route, starting with Gidget in 1965, where her radiant smile hid the darkness she carried inside. The Flying Nun followed from 1967 to 1970, and America fell in love with this sweet, wholesome young woman who seemed to have it all. But Sally was dying inside, desperate to prove she was more than just a pretty face, more than just another TV sweetheart. She yearned for roles that would let her bleed on screen the way she was bleeding in real life. The breakthrough that changed everything came with Sybil in 1976, a television film that let her showcase the raw, devastating talent that had been burning inside her all along. Her Emmy-winning performance as a woman with multiple personalities struck audiences like lightning. Here was an actress who understood pain, who could channel suffering into art that moved mountains. This led to her Oscar-winning role in Norma Ray in 1979, where she portrayed a factory worker fighting for union rights. Her acceptance speech, where she famously declared, "You like me, you really like me," became an iconic moment in Academy Awards history. Sally's second Oscar came in 1984 for Places in the Heart, cementing her status as one of Hollywood's most respected actresses. She continued to balance television and film work, appearing in beloved movies like Steel Magnolias, Mrs. Doubtfire, and Forrest Gump, while also earning Emmy Awards for her television performances in ER and Brothers and Sisters. Behind the professional success, Sally's personal life was marked by complex relationships and ongoing struggles. Her marriage to high school sweetheart Stephen Craig from 1968 to 1975 produced 2 sons, Peter and Eli. Her second marriage to producer Alan Greisman resulted in another son, Sam, but ended in divorce in 1994. Throughout these years, she navigated high-profile relationships with actors like Burt Reynolds, with whom she had a tumultuous on-and-off romance during the late 1970s and 1980s. The relationship with Reynolds was particularly challenging. According to Sally, he refused to attend the Oscars with her when she was nominated for Norma Ray, forcing her to go alone to what became her first Academy Award victory. Years later, Reynolds called her the one who got away, but Sally remained firm in her assessment that he was not good for her. One of the most harrowing experiences of Sally's life occurred in 1988 when she, her husband Alan, and their infant son Sam were aboard a private jet that crashed during takeoff. The plane, soaked in jet fuel, miraculously didn't explode, but the near-death experience left Sally with lasting trauma. She later reflected on how her only thought during the crash was protecting her baby, willing to break every bone in her body to keep him safe. As Sally entered her later years, she faced new challenges, including a diagnosis of osteoporosis in 2005. True to her character, she didn't suffer in silence, but became an advocate for women's bone health, launching the Rally with Sally for Bone Health campaign to encourage women to get tested for this silent disease that shows no symptoms until it's too late. Her advocacy work extended beyond health issues. Drawing from her own traumatic experience of having an illegal abortion in Mexico at age 17, Sally became a vocal supporter of reproductive rights. She spoke passionately against restrictive abortion laws, calling the male governors who promoted them backward, ignorant, and really just power-hungry. One of the most touching stories from Sally's career involves her experience with Robin Williams during the filming of Mrs. Doubtfire in 1993. When her father died while she was on set, Sally tried to continue working despite her grief. Williams, with his characteristic sensitivity, noticed her distress and immediately arranged for the crew to film around her so she could go home and make arrangements for her father's funeral. This gesture revealed a side of Williams that few people knew, showing his deep empathy and kindness. In recent years, Sally has embraced aging naturally, refusing plastic surgery and accepting the changes that come with time. This decision has made her a target for online trolls who attack her appearance, but she remains steadfast in her belief that women should accept themselves as they are rather than chase their younger selves. Now in her late 70s, Sally leads a quieter life, often seen walking her dog Dash in Los Angeles, looking peaceful and content. Her film appearances have become less frequent, with 80 for Brady in 2023 being her most recent major role. She has spoken about Hollywood's lack of substantial roles for older women, a problem that affects many actresses as they age. Despite the reduced work opportunities, Sally remains engaged with social issues, using her platform to encourage voting and support causes she believes in. She has also been open about how her children saved her life during dark periods, emphasizing the importance of family in her journey toward healing and self-acceptance. Looking back at Sally Field's extraordinary career, from the sunny beaches of Gidget to the cotton fields of Places in the Heart, her journey represents more than just professional success. It's a story of survival, resilience, and the courage to speak truth to power. She transformed personal pain into powerful performances, used her platform to advocate for important causes, and showed that strength comes not from perfection, but from the willingness to face life's challenges with honesty and grace. Sally Field's legacy extends far beyond her awards and accolades. She represents a generation of women who broke barriers, demanded respect, and refused to be silenced. Her willingness to share her most painful experiences has helped countless others find their own voices and seek healing. As she continues to age gracefully and speak her truth, Sally Field remains an inspiration to anyone who has faced adversity and emerged stronger on the other side. Her story reminds us that behind every glamorous Hollywood facade lies a real person with real struggles, and that true strength comes from acknowledging those struggles rather than hiding from them. Sally Field didn't just entertain us for 5 decades. She showed us what it means to be genuinely human in a world that often demands perfection.